on this computer. Okay, I'm assuming it's recording. All right, well, thank you, Mandy, for joining us. So we'll start with if you can state your name, where you work, and what your position is where you are working at.
Sure. I'm Dr. Mandy Agnew, and I'm an associate professor at The Ohio State University, specifically in the College of Medicine's School of Health and Rehabilitation Sciences. And all of our research and work is conducted in the Injury Biomechanics Research Center.
Awesome. So how long have you been with OSU?
I came to do my graduate degrees actually to OSU in 2004, and I completed my master's and PhD in biological anthropology in the College of Arts and Sciences. And then I transitioned to a faculty position in 2010 in the College of Medicine. So quite a while I've been there now in the role of both a student and faculty as well.
Awesome. So tell our audience what you do with our office.
Yeah, we have a great collaboration. We have an interdisciplinary team of scientists at the Injury Biomechanics Research Center, and our collaboration with FCCO is specifically in our expertise in forensic anthropology. So the skeletal biology research laboratory that I direct has a focus in hard tissue histology, osteology, and recovery and analysis of human remains. So that is where a lot of our collaboration and our work that we do together falls under.
Okay. And then what is your favorite part about working with us?
The people, of course. Yeah, it's a great team.
What has been the most interesting case, and not to give out like specifics on the background or anything, but what has been the most fulfilling and interesting that you've had to work on with our office?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's always fulfilling when we can get a positive ID and, give some closure to friends and families of victims. And so we do get a lot of casework from your office and others that's asking for an identification of what might be thought to be a human bone, and it turns out to be a deer or a dog or some other animal. And while that's really satisfying to know that it's not human remains, so there's no crime involved, it is quite satisfying when there's a really challenging case and we're able to give that closure to families and to assist your office. So there was one particular case I know that was quite a challenge because the remains were located in many different locations. And so that really takes a huge team effort between your office and our lab and our teams to come together and to not only find and document all of those remains, but then to identify all of it as well. It's a lot of work, and I think the more work it is, the more satisfying it is at the end to have a positive result and to see that family get closure. So, without giving too many details, I don't know how.
I didn't want to be like case specific, but
yeah.
No, I would totally agree on that. So we work hard on every single case. But the ones that you can definitely say that we would partner with, or even when we use for the field anthropology with the other side of the university, or when we have the contract consultants with odontology, getting that positive identification and allowing that family to have that closure and go through that grief process is definitely satisfying, because knowing that you're giving them a kind of an answer as to what may have happened, or at least so they can know and come to rest with that it is their loved one, and even though it's a sad situation. So I totally agree. So what's a work-related accomplishment that you are most proud of? Doesn't have to be anything with our partnership. It could be anything work-related.
I might have to say the lab environment that we have at the university. I think that it takes, a whole village, right? And a whole collaborative team in order to accomplish our goals. So in the IBRC, we have people with expertise in mechanical and biomedical engineering. And we have anthropologists like myself and others. We have students in majors all across campus, from physics and biology and microbiology and anthropology and health sciences and radiology. We've had med students in the lab. We have, again, all of the engineering disciplines as well. I think it makes our center and our lab unique, and it brings fresh perspective to whatever problems and whatever research that we're trying to solve. So I think that that's really important in order to be, holistic scientists and in order to best solve that problem. So I'd say that the creation of the lab and the implementation of team science is really, really something that I'm proud of. And it's hard, right? It's hard to bring all of those different
Yeah.
disciplines together and to appreciate everyone else's different areas of expertise. But it's also very satisfying to see that run successfully, and for the students to really be able to engage in it and to understand why team science is so important, that they don't have all of the answers for each question, and that's okay. That's why we have a team.
No, it's awesome. And I love the lab. And I wish, honestly, I kind of knew a little bit more about it when I was an undergrad. But I
Well,
love our partnership and that you let me take a tour of it when we were not in COVID.
yes, anytime.
Well, those are my questions. And I really appreciate your time for doing this interview. So, again, thank you.
You're very welcome.